Oh, the game ended. Oh, the game ended. Oh, I didn't even notice. So I was pretty tired, honestly. But okay, finally it ended. Holy shit. Man, well, damn, 1 minute did I fall asleep? 1 minute did I fall asleep? Because that was a boring mother effing game. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Real Madrid win their first La Liga match, beating OSASUNA 1-0 by a penalty. Goal from Kylian Mbappe from a penalty, which is a deserved penalty for sure. It was 100% a penalty, but that is the way that Real Madrid won this game. But yeah, let's quickly talk about what we saw today, what we witnessed from Real Madrid's first game in La Liga under the new manager, under the new regime with Xabi Alonso. Quickly going over the lineups, they lined up with Thibaut Courtois in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Eder Militao, Dean Huijsen, Carreras, Guller, Tchouaméni, Valverde, Diaz, Kylian Mbappe, and Vinicius Jr. And for Osasuna, this is how they lined up. Yeah, I don't really want to go over through all their names, but I think this is the lineup that pretty much everyone expected for Real Madrid to go for this first game, considering they have a couple players out that maybe you can say should start this game, like the likes of Jude Bellingham. But besides that, this is pretty much their strongest lineup they can put up right now, considering the new signings they made with Carreras, with Dean Huijsen, obviously, with Trent Alexander-Arnold. This is the strongest lineup they, quote-unquote, you can say, for Real Madrid as of now. But after what we saw from this game, I think, there's definitely some changes that could be made, definitely for the right wing spot that as we see here. But talking about the game, the first half was very boring. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it was very boring. Real Madrid just going back and forth, passing the ball around, trying to find something, trying to find a solution to the low block that Osasuna were playing. So, of course, it's annoying to go up against these kind of teams that play these low blocks. I understand that, but when you have this kind of talents around the pitch with Arda Güler, Vinicius Jr., Kylian Mbappe, you expect a little bit more of a spark, a little bit more, more creativity, something. Because in that first half, they really didn't create any dangerous opportunity or something where it was a clear-cut chance for them to score. Like, the first couple shots of the game came from defenders from Real Madrid with Carreras, Dean Huijsen, Eder Militao. Eder Militao's shot was pretty dangerous a little bit. Kylian Mbappe got one good shot on him where he could just curl it out. But besides that, I didn't really see much from Real Madrid in that first half that really impressed me. It was, pretty boring. Vinicius Jr., quickly talking about this guy, he's just like, I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know if he's just not playing with confidence. I don't know if like his confidence just cooked at this point. I don't know what's going on with him. But recently, it's not even about a question about just this game, but recently overall at Real Madrid, he has been like boring. I don't know, boring ass. Like so many things you can describe his game so far. It's just not motivating at all. Like as a Madrid fan, I would be sick to my stomach the way that Vinicius Jr. is currently playing. Like so boring, like so out of it. Like he doesn't have that confidence to take on his players that he usually does. Like this game, he had multiple opportunities where he could have drove at the players, drove at the defenders, tried to do something, but he didn't really do much. But we got to give also credit to Rosier, Boyomo, who put up a good game against them. They defended him pretty well. Vinicius Jr., I think, probably got one dangerous ball inside the box today. That was all right, but he passed it to Kylian Mbappe, but it didn't really lead to anything. But besides that, a very disappointing match from Vinicius Jr. yet again, and a lot of question marks as to what is going on, and should they really be considering letting go of Rodrygo and not giving him more priority, or more question marks of other players starting in, like Gonzalo Garcia maybe starting, being the main striker now, and then putting Kylian Mbappe in his natural position? Because there's no question about it that Kylian Mbappe today was the best player for Real Madrid. He was the man of the match, of course, also scoring the goal. He was great on the right-hand side too, playing basically as another right winger. He was great taking on players, creating those dangerous chances. That goal, that the penalty that they got, was him creating it himself, having a little spark to get into the box and driving it back, and then he gets fouled, he gets taken out. But Kylian Mbappe was clearly the spark, and you're just imagining how great he is playing as on the right-hand side, how much better he would be playing in his natural position. So, of course, I think these are question marks that Xabi Alonso will start getting, as to maybe giving more chances to Gonzalo Garcia being the main striker, when Endrick comes back, putting him as a striker, and then putting Vini on the bench. Like, I know it's a tough decision to kind of make, because he is that star player that you would consider him to be, but if he's not putting up performances, if he's not impressing, I don't know, changes must be made. He was subbed off. Thankfully, he got subbed up in the 78th minute. Like, he definitely didn't deserve to play the whole game. And he got subbed up for Gonzalo Garcia, who I think should have probably came in much earlier, just considering how Real Madrid were playing in that first half. They were crossing a lot, which again is understandable when you're going up against these kind of low block teams. But they were crossing a lot. Like Trent Alexander was trying to cross a lot. Carreras, everyone was trying to make some cross into the box. But you don't have that kind of presence, right? You don't have that kind of presence like that would win you these kind of headers. Gonzalo Garcia, what we saw from the Club World Cup, is that presence, is that guy who can win headers, can get into the right spaces to win these kind of headers, to win these kind of crosses. So that's why I was saying that he should probably come in. Like when I said in my stream, he should have come in much earlier. But he didn't come into the 78th minute. But again, it was a matter of Real Madrid in that first half, just not enough. And then the second half starts, no changes made. They get the goal early on into the second half with Kylian Mbappe scoring that penalty, sends the goalkeeper the other way. A great penalty. And then also OSASUNA at the same time, I don't know if it was a matter because, second half, the coach gave them more instructions and gave them, more confidence to go up and attack a little bit more, or was it because they conceded? Probably a little bit of both. But so Osasuna were much better in the second half, going and attacking a lot more. They were way more in Madrid's side than they were in that first half. In the first half, they were just defending for their lives. In the second half, they were, trying to attack a little bit more. But defensively, attacking wise, they just didn't create any clear cut chances. They only had one towards the end of the match where they just headed it out. But besides that, yeah, also Osasuna attacking wise were not great at all. Like they when they attack, when they hit you on a counter, they just don't have a lot of people just making those runs as well. A lot of players on the transition as well. They have like one person making one run and he's all by himself, no one else supporting, no one else helping. So of course it leads to nothing, especially when they have when Real Madrid have a solid defense with Eder Militao and Dean Huijsen, who I thought were great today. They defensively were very solid. Dean Huijsen specifically, he was very good today. Carreras did decent. I think the main three standouts for Real Madrid were Carreras, Dean Huijsen, and Kylian Mbappe. I think they were the best players on the pitch for Real Madrid. They were very they had a lot of touches on the ball. They tried to motivate Madrid to go forward and push up and try to do as much as they can, especially Mbappe. But for the debuts of Carreras, Dean Huijsen, and Trent Alexander-Arnold, Carrera and Dean Huijsen had a great debut. Trent, not so much. I wouldn't he didn't really do anything. He didn't create any dangerous opportunities at all. A bad debut from Trent, but it's about him getting used more to La Liga rather than just him getting used to the system. Because honestly, when it comes to how Real Madrid played today, I didn't see it any different from what we seen Ancelotti play with Real Madrid last season. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see any difference at all. All right, could it be because they're playing a low block team? Potentially. Could it be because they're missing a player like Jude Bellingham? Potentially. We'll see if that's really the main difference. But I don't know. You would expect a little bit more, a little bit more of a, oomph, a little bit more of a attacking presence, a little bit more creativity, something else besides just spamming crosses into the box like they were doing. Again, I've said it in the past. Like I think it's going to be a matter of adapting for Xabi Alonso, adapting to the Liga. It's going to take some time, but I did say that there were going to be moments where he had to rely on his star players. Like any other manager, they have to rely on their star players. And today, he relied on Kylian Mbappe, who obviously stepped up this game, which was did very well. Another player who made his debut today was MASTANTUONO. He came in. What minute did he come on? He came on at the 68th minute. He came on for Brahim Diaz, and impressive debut from MASTANTUONO. I can't lie and tell you guys that I've seen clips of him or seen a lot of him before he joined Madrid to really rate him and the talent that he is. But he is touted to be a great talent. That's why Real Madrid have signed him, and he came in very solid. He was fighting for the ball. He looked very solid on the ball. A lot of confidence. Tried to do his 1-2 plays. Try to drive at the defenders as well. He came in very confident. That's the main thing that you would want making your debut at the Santiago Bernabeu in a match where, as much as you're winning, anything is still happening. Is one goal lead is not enough, right? So him coming in with such confidence, impressive. At halftime, I was questioning, is Xabi Alonso really going to bring him in for making his debut for Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu? Obviously pressure, but at the same time, if he has that confidence to bring him in, it shows how much confidence Xabi Alonso has with MASTANTUONO and knowing how good he is to come in and impress and do something for Real Madrid instead of, being too nervous or being out of it where he's going to affect the team in a negative way. But MASTANTUONO, I think he was very solid today. I think his presence coming in was a lot more, like you could see it a lot more than what Brahim Diaz offered this game, because Brahim Diaz disappeared this game. I didn't see anything from Brahim Diaz that impressed me at all. But a lot of more question marks right there. Is Mastantuono going to be a starter now on the right hand side because he's the only real natural right winger that they currently have. I mean, Brahim Diaz is too, but Raheem Diaz isn't really like that. So we'll see. We'll see how Mastantuono adapts throughout the season, if Xabi Alonso is going to trust him throughout the season. But, great debut from Mastantuono. Again, Gonzalo Garcia came on, a little bit, not much of an impact really. Didn't do much besides just press. And we saw a red card towards the end that he won for Real Madrid. A little red card on the end towards the end of the match for Bretones, which is a stupid red card to really give up. But from OSASUNA's end, Budimir tried attacking, tried to create some chances, try to create an impact going forward. Rosier, I thought he had a pretty decent match going forward, trying to defensively wise. Again, him and Boyomo really locked up Vinny. That's why I said Vinny didn't have a great game at all. But I think defensively, Osasuna were solid. They did well, but it was just that one chance where they just gave up the penalty. But besides that, they did well. The crosses, they handled it. They did well defensively, but just attacking wise, no threat at all. Madrid and Courtois were chilling whenever Osasuna did attack them. So something that Osasuna will have to work on throughout the season. But the other thing that a lot of people are going to be questioning, more question marks as to the future of this player, Rodrygo. What is good with Rodrygo? What is happening with Rodrygo? Why does Xabi Alonso not fuck with him? Is it a matter that Xabi Alonso doesn't like him, doesn't like the player that he is, what he's capable of, or are the club forcing Xabi Alonso to not play him because they want to force a sale? Who knows? Rodrygo's already come out saying that he wants to stay, that he loves the club. Of course, it's understandable for a player like Rodrygo to express and say that he wants to stay at a club like Real Madrid because Real Madrid are a big club. He's won titles with them already. He's had success with them already. He loves the fans. He loves the club. It's understandable. But if you rate yourself high, as much as a lot of people rate you, a high, a great player, a player who has the potential of going down as a world-class player as well. If a lot of people rate you, you rate yourself, why wouldn't you want to make a move? Why wouldn't you want to leave and say, all right, just sell me? Just sell me. Because at this point, it's looking disrespectful on your end. Not on your end, on Madrid's end towards you, where they're not even playing you, where Xabi Alonso isn't playing you. Shouldn't this already give you hints? Today, you could have come on. You could have played on the left-hand side because Mbappe was playing great on the right-hand side. He was doing his work on the right-hand side. You could have come in and made an impact on the left-hand side considering Vinny wasn't doing anything. But no, they brought in Gonzalo Garcia before you. They brought in a 17-year-old or an 18-year-old making his debut before you. So, Rodrygo, I don't know what you're going to decide with your future, but clearly you need a change because at this point, you're not starting. You're not even in front of other young players who are just coming in. It's a lot of question marks as to what Rodrygo's future is looking like and what decision he will make before the transfer window officially closes and everything, and no more transfers can be made. But a lot of question marks, a lot of question marks, and I low-key feel bad for the guy because wow. Dani Carvajal also made his debut, you could say, that after a long time, after a long injury, and today he went in with some tackles, right? I'm like, damn, he scared me with some tackles that he made because it was that right foot with that right leg too. I'm like, damn, bro, relax. But overall, I guess solid game defensively from Real Madrid. Attacking wise, they still need a little bit more creativity. Everyone expected Arda Güler to be that guy, but not really impressive at all. Not really impressed with his performance today. Not really much from him. Again, Kylian Mbappe was the best player, but let's just say for right now, it's a matter of Xabi Alonso has to adapt to La Liga. He went up in his first game against a defensive team, and maybe missing a player like Jude Bellingham who could probably change a little bit more for the way that Madrid play in the future. We'll see when he comes back. But again, with the team that he already has a lot of talents. He has to be, doing something with this team that he currently has, because that's just how it is. You're coaching Real Madrid. You have to step up now, not wait a whole season for you to try to step up and make changes for this Madrid squad. You have the squad. You have the backings from the signings. You have to do it now. But we'll see. But overall, Madrid get the win. They get the 3 points for the first game against Osasuna. We're going to see how they adapt with Xabi Alonso throughout the season. If they're going to get better or maybe not much better and have to pull a Ancelotti and depend on the star players yet again. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that was the video for today, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought about the Real Madrid versus Osasuna game. Who was your man of the match? I think everyone can agree with that's Kylian Mbappe. But let me know, what do you guys think about Rodrygo's future? How do you guys feel about Vinicius Jr.? Is he washed? Is he finished? Is he done? Or is he having just a little slope where he'll pick it up back later into the season? We'll see. But make sure to like, subscribe, favorite, hit the notification bell for every time we upload. Show your friends to love football, and I'll see you guys in the next video whenever that is. Much love, take care, and peace.